right. There we go. Okay. So it definitely helps if we're actually prepared for things before we actually swap to them. So here we go. Getting started with the official interview show. Oh, I should probably I should probably let our guest speak. Probably that might be a good first step. If I can. There we go. Now our guest is able to speak. So
it's like I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, it took me a minute. So, first things first, welcome everybody to the very first official revival of Parting the Veil, the show where we go behind the scenes with your favorite content creators and show you more about them, what they do, what makes them tick, etc. I am your host, Hedron Ferry, and today we have a lovely person by the name of Bell, aka ALiteralRaccoonVT. So please give them a warm welcome. Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today. Hope you're having a wonderful evening.
That's going okay.
So, would you like to go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a literal raccoon VT. It's really just a literal raccoon. Somebody stole my name. I do Pokemon streams mostly. I used to do general streaming, and I'll probably do that again, but I'm in a Pokemon hyperfixation, so I mostly just do that.
Fair enough. You do a lot of Pokemon? Is that like your primary...
That's all I've done since I started streaming again.
Fair enough. Understandable. Hey, as long as you're having fun, right?
Yeah, it's a good time.
Would you like to give us a quick intro about where we can find you and, generally where you're active?
Yeah, for sure. So I post on Blue Sky a lot. I
can go ahead and get your links posted.
Yeah, I like to post on Blue Sky. I stream on Twitch. I've started multi-streaming, so I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, but that's mostly it.
Understandable. I can go ahead and copy both of these for chat real quick. Okay, perfect. Now, before anything else, I hope you realize I have to ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
A literal raccoon.
Yes.
Why and how?
So, I like raccoon. I can technically still do it, but I don't have the tracker correct anymore for it. But I had an actual where it was just a raccoon, and I did that for a while. Because
like a
it's
model,
funny.
Or?
Yeah, it's just a little raccoon guy.
Okay.
Had a little trash can and everything. I would do that for a bit. I think that's actually what's on my. I think that's the model that's on my preview video on Twitch. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But that's what I used to use, and I'd usually swap between that and a more human form. But yeah, no, I just like raccoons a whole lot.
Oh, well, that's good.
I relate to them a lot, so that was what it was.
You relate to them, you said?
Yeah.
Now I have to ask about that too. I'm curious what you relate to about a raccoon.
I mean, they like the trash. I was homeless. They're good vibes. They're just cute little they're cute little guys. They got hands. They're adorable.
Well, I was gonna say that was relatable and touching, but I'm sorry to hear that you've been going through that.
It's been fine for the past few years. But yeah, no, it is what it is.
That's good. I hope you're in a better situation now, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So might as well dig right into the meat of the interview. So we'll start with the easy stuff. Out of curiosity, you said you're a Pokemon streamer primarily. I'd love to know, do you have any notes about what got you into what you're doing, got you into streaming in general, / made you choose the content that you generally tend to create?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I used to do speedruns, but I didn't like face camming. And it feels weird to do practice runs and not have something going on. And then basically my friends started talking about HoloLive, I don't know, 4 years ago, something like that.
HoloLive tends to be how most people get into this, I think.
Yeah, so the thing is, I didn't watch a lot of HoloLive. I still don't. But it was oh, you can do this thing. And then I was like, okay, how do I do this thing where I can just have a model instead of having to have my face? And then I got deep into how to do it. And yeah, and then I took a break, and now I'm back.
Fair enough. You said that you used to get into speed running. What kind of stuff did you speed run?
So I used to speed run Undertale. I would
Really?
do Pacifist. I don't remember where I'm at on the leaderboards anymore. But Undertale was my main speed game. I did Super Mario World. I did Deltarune when it came out, but I didn't want to learn the new tech, so I stopped doing it.
Understandable.
And I think that's mostly it. I haven't done a different. I want to find a new speed game. I've kind of considered getting into Pokemon speedrunning, but it's just a lot, and I don't want to deal with that.
I can imagine. So I'm so sorry that we're like, you've given me so much to ask about in such a short amount of time, but I'm so curious. Undertale speedrunning, how much do you remember about that? Because now I'm so curious.
I mean, a decent amount. I don't know that I could like do it again off the cuff, but like if you ask me questions, I could probably remember. I don't know if the tech has changed since I stopped, but yeah.
Well, that was going to be my question, is about the tech. Like, is there any major trick? Because it's an RPG, and I would sit down and I would think, well, there's not a whole lot you can really do aside from sequence breaking. So I'm curious if there's like anything particularly interesting worth talking about there. Or is it just play it fast?
Kind of. I did two different routes. I did Genocide Run once. That didn't go well because Sans is a really hard fight no matter how you do it.
Fair.
Usually I would do True Pacifist Run, which is the longest, aside like the longest official run. Not there's goofy ass runs all over the place. But so I would do True Pacifist. There's not a ton of crazy tech. There's the most annoying tech is single cycle Undyne is really tough. And a lot of the end, so once you get into actually just like immediately past Undyne, you're doing a lot of warping into different areas to skip spots. And it's really difficult because a lot of that is frame perfect to get that to work right. And that was usually where I had issues. But most of the run is just mash through text, which is a nightmare. But you have to use, which I think from what I've heard, it might be faster to not use the Linux version now because like some other glitch that's happened, but I've been out of the loop. But when I was running, you would run Linux because you could double mash through certain things. You could skip the entirety of the whole run. You wouldn't encounter Metatron at all.
Really?
You could skip every encounter with him by doing different wrong warps or there's one specific one that was really fun where you had to like in the room where it does the big like take thing, you walk up to in the dark, you have to walk up to a bookshelf, get text input off of the bookshelf to cover like to hold on to it, walk over the first trigger for him, then like he starts to come in, you drop the text so you could move again, and then you walk out. But yeah, he shows up like twice if you speedrun it correctly.
You can do text storage in Undertale?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you text storage. So the thing is, you do text storage a lot, but that particular trick is like double text storage, which is really it's real hit and miss. But you have to like double store the text because you have to click once to get over the first trigger, and then you have to do it again to get off of the second trigger because there's like two triggers in that one scene.
Huh. I'm learning so much in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, it's super fun. It was a fun speed game. It's just that Shay has like the record and has I think just recently like lost it, and Shay is so much more like trained than I am, and I'm just it's so much. There's a lot of frame perfect stuff in that game.
It's a race to the top of the leaderboard always.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it was fun though. That's something good,
yes.
At least.
Super fun. I had a personal thing where like no matter what pace I was on, if I ended up crying at the part where you get the option to hug Asriel, I would have to hug him, which is like a 30-second to a minute time waste.
Oof.
So it was hard to actually get records because that always makes me tear up. It's rough.
Fair enough. I like how you're labeling the actual time wasted about crying at an emotional part of the game.
Yeah.
The speedrunner mindset.
It is a time waste, but I put that was a rule to myself that if I cried, I had to do the time waste.
It's like Super Metroid speedrunning. You got to save the animals sometimes, you know?
Right, exactly. You got to hug the goat.
Exactly. So not to harp on your past at all, because I know we want to get into the modern day stuff, but you piqued my interest. What category did you used to run in Super Mario World?
So I wanted to do the full run. I never did. I placed on the boards in World 1-1, decently placed. It wasn't great. I think it was like, it was sub 100, I believe. But I did 1-1 for a bit because I was mostly just doing the tech, and then the amount of precision that was required for the rest of the game. Basically, I would always run out at the second castle where you have to do. It's just a ridiculous like run, run again, avoiding falling rocks to get up into an area where you then have to cape fly all the way up to the very top of it, and then somehow like take a spring, throw it into a specific spot, jump on the spring, and then get into the room to fight the second boss. And it was just I could do it, but it was so frustrating to try and get done.
I can imagine. I mean, hey, in a game as competitive as Super Mario World, I don't think top 100 is anything to sneeze at. You know, that's impressive enough.
It's still, yeah, it's so competitive, and it's one of those where it's just like that's too competitive for me. It's too optimized at that point, and I'm like, it's just not worth it to keep trying to do this.
I mean, I certainly don't blame you. I never had the I guess fingers for speedrunning myself, but
I do miss it though. It's good. Speedrunning's good
if you ever pick it up sometime, I'll be sure to link to it.
for sure. I'm definitely. I don't want to say definitely doing it again, but I'm looking into once I get out of this hyperfixation, probably starting to figure out a speedrun. I just got to figure out what game I want to do.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of, we're not going to dwell too much in the past. We'll go ahead and move on to the more modern stuff. You said you're primarily a Pokemon streamer. Anything you're doing at the moment, or anything you're in the middle of?
So, the last few streams I've done have mostly been just battling the ladder. But what I want to start doing is kind of like a gym leader special where I take people from chat and then have a gym leader team and fight them, basically.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Can only imagine the chaos that would ensue with being like, chat, build me a team, and then seeing how far you can take it.
Well, that actually sounds fun. That's not what I meant, but that actually sounds hilarious.
Oh, I misunderstood then. I apologize.
No, you're fine. Like, basically, I would have a team. It would be Ghost type because I'm Ghost type gym leader, and then
You
they
look
would
like one.
fight me. So it would be them fighting me, but that actually does sound really good. I might steal that.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. I mean, handing chat their backsides in Pokemon also sounds like fun.
It is fun. I did get whomped once, but I don't do singles very often, so that's part of it. But it's okay. I'll take the L. I did lose.
Fair enough. Hey, respectable.
Yeah.
So, um, as far as your Pokemon streams go, you said that you're laddering right now, but are there any particular favorites that you have enjoyed in the past, or something you're looking forward to streaming in the future?
So before, I know there was a couple of times that I might try and actually hit him up to do it again. I was working with Gamers Gone Blind, and we did a Soul Lock, Soul Lock Nuzlocke. And that was really fun. I also definitely want to do some more crowd control games. So like an Emerald Nuzlocke where like chat can do stuff. I really like crowd control. I like it when chat can interact with the streams.
Okay. I don't know shit about Pokemon, so I'm assuming that the nice people watching know what you're talking about, and I'm just going to nod and go, that sounds fun.
I mean, I can explain if you would like.
I mean, please do.
So Nuzlocking is basically, it's a harder rule set, so it's relatively variable, but the main ones are nickname every Pokemon. You can only catch one Pokemon per route, and if a Pokemon faints, it dies. So you have to box it or release it. Soul Lock is the same thing, but it's two people, and each Pokemon that the people caught on a route are effectively linked. So if one of them dies, the other one has to die too.
Huh. Okay. So it's like a sort of cooperative version of a Nuzlocke, it sounds like.
Basically, yeah. So if you lose one of your Pokemon, the linked Pokemon from the other person's team has to go too. Which is, it gets bad. I think that's actually how we lost that one, is we ended up getting to the second gym, and then one of us started wiping out, crashing out hard, and it
Yeah,
did not work
whoever's
at the
team
end.
ends up slightly worse than the other ends up being the weak link.
Yeah, basically. But it was fun. It's stuff like that is good. But yeah, I definitely want to do more crowd control stuff. It's really fun.
Yeah, sounds like it. Also, both Nick and Lexi, I am not ignoring you. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. Thank you for stopping by for the interview. Um, so, okay, that sounds like fun. Pulling back a little bit, as far as getting into streaming, both with your content and with being a streamer in general, any major inspirations you want to talk about?
Uh,
Be it other streamers or just other things in general that made you think, I could do this if I really wanted to?
so it kind of goes back to the first one. I liked Vocaloid as a concept. I like
We're
a
going
concept.
way back.
I was super into Vocaloid for like several years. So I was already kind of into the like virtual thing, but I didn't think that like it was a thing that people could do super consistently or whatever. And then again, one of my friends started getting like really into Hollow Live. And when I found out that was a thing, I just pretty much did it. I had no idea what I was doing when I started out. I don't even think I had a debut stream. I was just kind of like, all right, I'm streaming now.
Hey, that's how you start.
And yeah, just started doing it. I don't think I've had a debut ever, which is fine. I don't have the mental capacity to do it. I'm just gonna do the thing. But nobody in particular is like an inspiration. It was just kind of I already liked doing the streaming thing and having an outlet to figure it out from there. Was really good.
Fair enough. I mean, hey, being inspired by I can do this if I want to is perfectly valid.
Mhm.
So, out of curiosity, well, you mentioned you were a speedrunner before getting into content creation. So, I was going to ask about that and already have, so never mind. Instead, we'll move to the future.
Okay.
Doing the more Nuzlocke and what's the term you use? Crowd control stuff as future goals. Do you have any more long term, like big picture goals with your content creation journey? Be it like either stuff you want to do or goals you want to achieve or anything like that?
I would say honestly, just being able to do entertaining full time would be really special. Um,
That is the dream.
yeah, I've always had a thing for entertaining people, and it would be nice to just kind of be able to do it and not have to worry about other things.
True. Getting paid to do what you love, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. But like that's everybody's goal. But that's that's the same,
I
same
mean, hey,
as
it's everyone's goal for a reason,
right.
you know? But, well, aside from just being an online content creator, well, I guess aside from being a streamer, is there anything else you would like to share that you do or are known for or anything? Anything that you'd like to share with people?
Yeah, for sure. So things I do. I tend to do goofy web development or website hosting. I've got 2 Mastodon instances that I run. Um, I made a goofy little site that's is it daylight savings time, but the ME has got a period behind it, where a raccoon tells you if it's daylight savings time. Um, I also do a webcomic with some of my friends. We're just kind of like in a bit of a place right now with, everything that's been going on the past couple weeks. But yeah, it's like a Homestuck fan comic. It's pretty neat. We got like music on the pages. It's fun. But that's mostly the things I do realistically. Sometimes I do like making just silly little sites, but it's hard to keep them up because it's expensive.
Understandable. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Is It Daylight Savings Time right now, and if anybody was curious, we have our answer.
It is not.
It is not.
Also, I want to be clear. This does work automatically. So if you don't have daylight savings time, it will always be no. And if somehow you are currently in daylight savings time, it will be yes.
Fair enough. Although, funnily enough, aren't we in daylight savings time right now? Or
No.
is that... No, we came out of it recently.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Fall
All right.
is leaving.
I'm constantly
Spring is
getting the two of them mixed up. I just know we had to change our clocks recently.
I do too. That's why I have the website. Well, the reason I have the website is because uh I'll play like Pokemon Crystal or something, and it will still ask you like, is it daylight savings time? And I just don't know. So I was just like, I'm just gonna make a website that tells me, so I don't have to remember.
You know, initially I thought the concept of this website was quite silly, but like now we genuinely don't know, so we check the website and it tells us. Like, oh, that's the purpose it serves.
Right. The purpose is you don't have to think about is it actually daylight savings time or not.
Exactly. Also, let me see about if it's all right with you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If I could, I can't scroll here for some reason.
That's
unfortunate.
Weird.
All right, we'll do this the old-fashioned way then. Boink. I think that's how it works. I apologize for the delay.
I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. I trust you though.
I'm just trying to get your website pulled up so I can show the nice people. If that's all right.
No, I know. I'm just like, I don't know how it works, so I trust that you've got it figured out.
I'm like 90% sure this is what I'm looking for, or is it? Perhaps not. Perhaps it is. Perhaps it is not that. But it should be. But it isn't.
Oh no.
All right. Well, while I'm fiddling with this, we can go ahead and move on a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you like to? Do you? Okay. So this character that you have presented in front of us. You mentioned your name was Belle, which is a very pretty name, by the way. Do you have any particular lore tidbits or information about this character you are presenting with us? Anything juicy in your character's past you'd like to talk about?
So I don't know about juicy, but like
Here we go.
the brief wild breakdown is a raccoon that got turned into an anime girl by drinking a delicious potion out of the garbage. I'm also a Pokemon gym leader and the head of a criminal organization.
That's quite a bit, but fair enough.
And also I wrestle.
Is this a criminal organization that we should fear by any chance?
I mean, it's mostly petty crimes. Mostly petty crims.
Okay, well, at least that. Also,
yeah,
we have the website
we're
up
silly
now,
little
so.
guys that will hit people with baseball bats if we have to.
Understandable. I mean, if you're going to hit people with baseball bats, it might as well just, you know.
You can't get mad if I'm a silly little guy.
Exactly. Oh Lord, okay.
Made it go away. I saw you edit up, and now it's gone.
I did. I'm sorry. I was scrolling through it, but we're moving on.
Oh, okay.
So okay. Is there any so raccoon turned human, became head of a criminal organization. Also, you wrestle.
Also, Pokemon gym leader. Yeah.
Also, Pokemon gym leader.
Yep.
There is so much I could ask. Is there any of those in particular you would like to elaborate on, or would you like me to pick a point and we'll start there?
Yep, please pick a point.
All right. So first of all, raccoon turned into a human.
Yep.
Why and how?
So here's the thing. I was in the trash.
As raccoons
trash can, delicious trash, and then there's like a little bottle. I'm like, ooh, nice bottle. What's in this? And then I drink it, and it's tasty. But then I become an anime girl.
Ooh, mysterious.
Yeah.
As tends to happen in the VTuberverse, I've heard.
Exactly.
So, but okay, so immediately you became an anime girl, and your initial thoughts were be gay and do crime, I assume.
Yes, pretty much exactly.
So at least one of those, you were like, I'm gonna act on that, and became crime boss.
Became crime boss.
How did that happen?
So here's the thing. Okay, I don't know how much this is actual lore, but I'm gonna drop some stuff.
Okay.
So you got Weeboo, right? Weeboo is the bunny clan.
Okay.
I am the raccoon clan, and we are at war.
Oh, see, I didn't pick up on that initially. Let me go ahead and
it's the Yakuza thing.
Let me go ahead and throw her info on screen too. Yeah.
I don't know how much of this is still official lore. I just like bullying Weeboo, but we had a whole little thing going. It was fun.
Your beef with Weeboo is the single most entertaining thing on this website, I swear.
It's so good. I do really like it. But yeah, me and Weeboo have known each other forever. We're both super into Yakuza, so.
Fair enough. So rival crime families, I guess. That's fair enough.
Yeah, for sure.
At what point did slotting yourself into a Pokemon gym leader become a thing? Because
Uh, when my hyperfixation happened back on Pokemon, then I was like, okay, I take this, and now I'm just a Pokemon gym leader that also runs the crime boss. Like it's like I'm like Giovanni, but for ghosts instead of for Earth types
so we went
or
through.
ground types.
So we went through. I'm a raccoon. Now I'm an anime girl. Now I'm a crime boss. Now I'm really into Pokemon. I must become a Pokemon gym leader. So you did.
Yes, exactly. You
I
get
love
it.
it. I love it. I think that's fantastic. And somehow you still find time to become a professional wrestler, I assume.
That's just because I like hitting people.
Oh, so it's not professional. It's just wrestling.
No, it's just wrestling. It's just wrestling. It's not professional wrestling. I do have a belt, but it's not professional.
It's not a prize belt. It's just a belt. I hit people with it.
I hit people with the belt.
There you go. Normal gay stuff. You know what? I agree with Lexi. Normal gay stuff. Fair enough.
Normal gay stuff.
Yeah. So pulling back from VTuber lore for a second, and if it's all right with you, going a little bit more behind the character.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it sounds like you're not able to do this full time, but it sounds like that's a long-term goal. For now, is there anything else that you tend to do? Like, if you don't mind me asking, do you do anything for a living in general?
I mean, I probably won't get super specific, but I do access management.
Okay.
So like tech stuff, I make sure people can access the systems that they have to use to do work.
Okay. Access management. Of all of the boring job titles out there, that is definitely one of them.
It for sure is. It's I could go on and on, but I'm not going to because I don't want to implicate myself. But like,
fair enough. I'm not trying to have you dox yourself or anything. I was just
right.
wondering if
I'm not trying to dox myself, but like, it's fine.
Fair enough. I hope it's not too overtly strenuous, and I hope your coworkers aren't complete pricks.
No, my coworkers great. I like the thing is
fantastic.
I like my coworkers. I like my team. I just don't particularly like the company.
That's a mood and a half, honestly.
So that's basically it.
Fair enough. Outside of streaming Pokemon, do you have any other interests you'd like to share with the class?
Let's see. I like.
Or is it just as soon as I'm done talking here, I'm going to go play more Pokemon?
No. I like to. So I got really into coffee recently. I do like coffee. Okay. Also, I tend to, in terms of things that are non-Pokemon, it's still a lot of games, but I'm super into the Yakuza series, as it's like a dragon now. I liked Cyberpunk. I will still play that game, and I got like 400 hours in it.
Fair enough.
Been doing D&D with some partners and just people I know. Wait, what did you think it was?
That is really funny. Well,
That's
Nick,
amazing.
Welcome back to Planet Earth. Yes, we are interviewing the very lovely Belle, aka ALiteralRaccoonVT. Be sure to go show her some love on Blue Sky and Twitch and the various platforms that she is on. We are, in fact, doing an interview.
That's so funny. But that's mostly it. I'm not super. I don't do. I'm basically a hikikomori. I don't do a whole lot of outside things.
Fair enough. I mean, that's also a mood and a half. Outside is scary. There are wasps.
Right.
So, fair enough. If it's not too much, you are more than welcome to say this is TMI and not answer. But out of curiosity, taken, single, available? Question mark. Wink, wink.
Okay, so I am Arrow Ace.
Okay.
But
that does
I'm
not
also
mean
poly.
You're not available.
Right. I am also poly, so technically I'm taken, but I'm also available, I guess. The relationship things are weird. It's basically you go from friend to friend plus, effectively.
Understandable.
Ooh, barista's so good. I had a barista job. It was terrible.
Oh?
Yeah, it was Starbucks, and okay, here's we'll go into it.
Oh, please do.
So I got a job at Starbucks. Was super excited. Like my second day there, they had me working night shift. There was a woman that came in, and she ordered like something like a caramel macchiato with like extra sweet or something. And I was like, that's not the worst thing you could get. And then like I guess she was a prostitute and got very mad that I said that when I was thinking diabetes. Um and then she called me a faggot for like 10 minutes.
Yikes. Did management
So
step in at all?
no, when I went to management, they were like, "Nah, that's cool, actually."
Wow.
So I left. I stopped working there after that, and
Yeah,
Starbucks will not hire me, which is fine.
I don't blame you. That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, that's
It
awful.
was wild.
I mean,
That was.
as
I
we
do
all
also want to
know.
be.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say I do want to be clear. That was in San Francisco.
Yeah, that kind of scans.
Yeah.
As we all know, service workers exist to be treated terribly, and all Karens are. I don't even know where this thought was. I was being sarcastic, but wow, I'm really sorry that happened to you.
It happens. Life is life. I'm
Yeah.
over it at this point. It's just yeah. I would love to do barista work, but I've got to find a place that'll let me do it.
Hopefully, we find a nice mom and pop coffee shop owned by a lesbian couple, and then you'll be set for life. But you know. But
Oh shit, that's good.
I mean, hey, that's the dream, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But um, so I have ADHD like a motherfucker, and forgot we were
Same.
talking about before the coffee thing.
So we were talking about the relationship thing.
Oh, right, and we don't have to continue with that if you don't want to, but
That's fine either way.
fair enough. Well, I was
I'm
curious. If you don't mind me being nosy, please tell
yeah.
me to stop anytime. But you mentioned you were poly. Are you seeing anybody in particular at the moment you'd be willing to share, or do you want to protect their anonymity?
I mean, I'm probably just gonna protect their anonymity. Not like I'm worried about anything. Just like because if you follow me, I interact with at least one of them
Fair enough.
pretty regularly. So like it's fine. I just don't want to like put anybody in the spotlight like that. But yeah. Like I got like three partners.
Living the dream.
2 or 3. I don't. One of them I'm not sure where we're at this point, but not in a bad way. Just like I don't know the thing. So there's 2 or 3. Shrug.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, hey, affection is affection, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, pulling back a little bit, back into more stream-related topics. As far as being a content creator and getting into the things that you're into, having to manage stream and whatnot, and having an audience and a social media presence,
Mm-hmm.
did anything particularly surprise or alarm you about getting into this whole world? Like, was anything majorly unexpected, or did you feel prepared for anything that would be thrown your way?
I mean, let's see. I wouldn't say unexpected. Well, I guess one was unexpected. I had like a bunch of drama with somebody spreading weird shit about me. Well, not just me, like the whole group of people. That
Oof.
got handled, I guess. But in the non unexpected realm, I started out doing a lot of NSFW stuff because it's fun to be flirty.
Mood.
One of my highlights that I remember from Twitter is I bullied a guy so hard that sent me a dick pic, he deleted his account.
Oof. You're that. I remember that story. I have
Oh
seen
shit,
that
really?
tweet
That's
before.
funny as
No,
fuck.
I did not know that was you. I didn't
Yeah,
make
no,
the
that's me.
connection. I saw that tweet before though. That how long ago was that?
God, that was definitely years ago. I haven't been on Twitter in forever, but yeah, that was not. I don't want to say early in, but
I
that was
remember that happening. That
probably
was
midway.
so
That
funny.
yeah. But I bullied him so hard that he deleted his whole account.
Oof.
There was that. I had a lot of like the reason that I'm mostly stepping away from, or at least being like lighter with the NSFW, is I had a lot of people get like weird parasocially with me, where like
Mm,
they got in that weird like we're dating now thing, and I'm like, no, I don't know you, guy. I just post the funny horny pictures. I don't know what to tell you, man.
yeah, the internet can be
Uh,
pretty weird with that stuff.
there's a lot of that. There's a reason I don't love Discord. Like I technically have a Discord now, but just because people keep asking me. But like, yeah, it gets rough. It gets weird, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Um, but like aside from that, like nothing particularly weird. It's just interacting with people is sometimes a fucking time bomb, and they get mad at something you didn't do, and then they're like, actually, this is a bad thing, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Nobody told you to like nobody was harassing you into joining a polycule. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like
Yeah. I thankfully have not experienced that kind of stuff myself, but it's mostly because I don't really have the figure for it, anime girl notwithstanding. But I have heard quite a bit that parasocial relationships in general are already a problem online, but I feel like I
Oh
hear
no!
they get real bad if you're a more NSFW content creator.
Wait, hold on. You are correct, but also do you know this story? Because I do remember who it was that spread the shit. And I need to know if you know, because it's really funny.
I must not. I'm
No,
all
not
ears.
you. Somebody in the chat.
Oh. No, I'm not sure.
I'm like sniping the stream, so I want to see if or I got the stream up top, so I'm trying I can see the chat. I'm trying to see.
I got you. I don't think is it stream sniping if you're on the stream? Is that what that is?
No. I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, well we can continue, but I'm curious to see if the person that said that knows, because I'm really curious because it was super annoying when it happened.
Fair. If you are still here and if you know what she's talking about.
Oh, the police! Oh, great! That's amazing. Let's go.
There you go.
I'm so famous. It's fucked up.
Hey, they enjoy it, right?
Yeah, it was funny, but yeah, that was. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, but the bullying guy on Twitter was really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of mean, but sometimes you just gotta be mean. I was like, don't show it. You showed it. I'm like, all right.
Look,
I'm gonna judge you, man.
One of the harshest lessons you learn being chronically online is some people just deserve it. Okay, some people just deserve it.
For sure. Some people just deserve it. Like I try and be nice. I try and be chill. But yeah, no, some people just straight up deserve it.
It's a very how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man, kind of thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is funny that multiple people know about that. That's so funny. Yeah, you just like
See,
you fucking
deserved
deserved
it. Exactly. You know, sometimes you got to learn a lesson the hard way.
I do think it's wild that I didn't get banned off of Twitter for that, but I did get banned for calling. I think it was either Weebu or Momo a bimbo.
Really?
Yeah,
That's such a light insult. If it's even
and
an
it was like a huge joke because like we both kind of bimbo it up, and like yeah, no, I got banned for that. There was another. I got hit twice. I got up to a 30-day ban once, but I don't remember what the trigger was for that last one. But yeah, no, nothing happened after the bullying the dude. But you can't say, well, you couldn't say bimbo on Twitter, I guess.
That's wacky.
Yeah, it was wild.
I mean, hey, Twitter is a cesspool anyways, and Blue Sky is much better. So
I do like Blue Sky.
Be sure to follow us both on Blue Sky.
I'm going super feral on Blue Sky. It's doing the good brain chemistries.
Yeah, I will say there's exactly one thing I disagree with you on with Blue Sky. You posted a while ago that you're all in on calling them skeets. I don't want to call them skeets. That sounds weird and dirty.
No, here's the thing. So it does, but here's the thing.
Okay.
When more people are like, we shouldn't call them skeets, we should call them bleats or something else stupid.
Okay,
then you're like, actually, skeets is really funny.
All right.
And it makes people that I don't like angry.
Compared to bleats, skeets is better. But
so
neither
instead,
of them are good.
We should go all in on skeets because it's funny. And it makes it sound not as serious, which is what social media should be. It shouldn't be hella serious all the time. Right. It's like, I was originally in the no skeets camp, but it's definitely grown on me. I think it's really funny. It's hilarious.
You know, you make a very valid argument. There's got to be a better term for it, you know?
For sure.
I know that posts is generic and boring, but there's got to be something.
I'm sure somebody will do it. I will say, it is a, I guess, portmanteau. Is that what it is where you combine words? I don't remember. But it's Sky and tweets because it was a Twitter project that they pulled out of Twitter.
Right.
But it's still, it's yeah. I understand not liking it. I get it. I'm all in on the skeets train. It's funny as hell.
Fair enough. I mean, hey, if it sticks, it sticks. But
exactly. Nicholas gets it. This is the thing. This is it. You can't. How are you going to be a company like a corporation and people take you seriously when they're called skeets? That's what you do. You got to keep the bullshit out, and you do it by naming the thing stupid as hell.
You know, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, that's exactly this though.
That's a good point.
It makes corporations less likely to like be super on board with it. Or if they end up being super on board with it, then you get to tell them that they're making skeets, and it's very funny.
I mean, anything that makes corporations uncomfortable, I'm usually on board with. So you're definitely
Yeah,
selling me on the concept.
it's not as bad as you think. It's a goofy word. It does mean come. If you've ever heard get low, like you know the thing. You get it.
Honestly, I did not know that, and that recontextualizes a lot.
Really good though. That's the most complex thought in the last hour.
That
It's
is
so
so
good. You
valid, though.
came through. You said the best words. That's what I was trying to get to.
Don't do drugs,
Is
kids. And if you do,
it
don't
makes
drive.
corporations uncomfortable.
So, well, exciting. um, I am so sorry. I totally forgot. Did we actually get an answer to the like? Were you was anything unexpected about getting into this? I totally blanked. We started talking about something else, and I just completely forgot.
I mean, I would say mostly. I like to re-summarize. I guess it nothing particularly surprised me because I've been on the internet since I was like 12. It just I don't like the concept of parasocial relationships mostly. That's
Right.
basically the crux of it. It's just it's weird and it feels gross sometimes because I don't I'm already arrow ace. I don't have the energy to deal with like somebody crushing on me for some reason. I don't I'm old and tired.
That is very fair, and I'm very sorry you have to deal with that.
That's fine. It's been better now because I'm not doing as much NSFW stuff.
Fair. I mean, it's one way to curb it, I suppose. But
I just also don't like the whole like Seizo thing. Like it don't be weird. Just like it's fine. I'm gonna say fuck. I might post a funny horny picture, but like
thank
the
you.
labeling is weird. The labeling is weird. Just do you do NSFW or do you not? You don't have to be like, oh, I'm Seizo. I guess it's like, oh, I'm so polite and also don't do anything problematic. But like that's impossible. Don't hold yourself to idle standards. It's
I
not
mean,
real.
back when it basically meant I don't do NSFW content and the definition stopped there, I felt like it was useful, but it's become so bastardized at this point that like it kind of does mean all those weird pretentious things.
That's the thing. And like you'll never live up to that thing. And idol culture sucks anyway. Just be a wrestler. Don't be an idol. It's fine.
Be hashtag be a wrestler, don't be an idol.
Right.
That's the quote from take away from this interview.
It's fine.
Wait, hey, honestly, that's a good life advice in general, you know? Yeah.
It's the best way to do it.
Absolutely, I fully agree. So, aside from being hyperfixated on Pokemon, off stream, any particular ways you relax and spend your free time? Ways that you unwind?
Uh, I mean, honestly, I usually just so I tend to do streams to unwind, which sounds weird, but I like talking with and interacting with people.
I fully understand.
So like either I'm going to be talking with my friends and partners or posting on Blue Sky because it's a lot of potential people to talk to. Or that's pretty much it. Just talking with people or streaming. It's good. It makes my brain happy. Um, yeah. I
Okay.
don't. Again, I don't. Things I do are very. It's very consistent. I have the tism, so I do the same things that don't require me to leave the house unless I need to, and then I will.
That is very understandable. And hey, consistency is definitely how you get big in this kind of thing. I've noticed. Lord knows, inconsistencies shot me in the foot more than once. So
It do be like that.
yeah, but that's good. I appreciate that like socializing in that kind of medium is energizing because Lord knows it's exhausting for a lot of people, and being able to be out there and actually connecting with people and that helps you relax. That's something to be excited about, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
it's weird because I don't like interacting like in real space. Like that's exhausting for me because people are exhausting. But if I get to control the medium, it's much better. I love to talk. I love to interact with people. I love to learn about new people. But it's just I need it to be. I need that separation. I need that like level of distance where I can be comfortable.
that is such a mood and a half. Especially since you're behind like an anonymous persona. Essentially, it's a lot easier to be like, more true to yourself, since they're not judging you, they're judging the name, basically.
Right, for sure.
But so, I totally get it, and I'm happy for you.
Yay.
So I guess that sort of answers the next question. Something tells me that you don't do a lot of traveling, but do you do a lot of traveling? / do you have any desire to?
I used to, but unintentionally. I've lived in like 10 different states.
Fun.
Yeah. It's the homeless thing. I ended up bouncing from different places. I was homeless a lot, like from basically the time I started transitioning. But yeah, I've lived in, let's see, Alabama, South Carolina, Nebraska, Colorado, California, Nevada,
Oh, so you've been kind of
Texas.
everywhere up and down the West Coast.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to travel a lot. I did like when I'm more stable, I like the concept of travel, and when I'm less stable, I don't.
That is a mood and a half.
See, yes, God, Nicholas is on my wavelength. Definitely exactly that. It's much easier to just be like, actually, I'm done now. Bye. Let's go raid somebody.
Yeah, wow, Nick really out here with hitting the nail on the head multiple times.
Hitting with the vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to go to Japan at some point. I think that would be neat. But after I'm a bit more stabilized, I think, just because it's been an exhausting like decade. I think I'm good just like chilling for a little bit.
God, again, that is a mood and a half. Where has the time gone? 2016 was last year, right?
Yeah, for sure. The PlayStation came out 10 years ago. It's fine.
Jesus.
I mean, it came out 30 years ago, but
It's funny. I don't remember what it was, but there was a piece of media that like came out when I was younger, and it released in 2014, and it's apparently celebrating its 10th anniversary recently. And I'm like, excuse me, that game is how many years old? Because it was like, I think it was a game, but it was like it came out in 2014. I remember when it was brand new and it's celebrating its 10th anniversary. I'm like, oh god, I'm old.
like I think the PS3 was 2014-ish. So like it's wild because I grew up with like Game Boy Color and 64 stuff. It's Super Nintendo, and like
Right?
somebody posted the PS3 or the PS1 is like 30 years old. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And then I Google it and like, no, yeah, it came out the same time as the N64.
I refuse to believe.
Same.
It's very upsetting.
I'm not a 24. That's true. 24-hour news cycle cannot profit off wisdom. So true.
That's true. So another VTuber question, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Your current model, any
Mm-hmm.
major inspiration as far as the design and appearance goes? You've got quite a bit going on there, and I'm really digging the hair, not gonna lie. Big fan of that.
I did find a good hair.
But I'm curious, any particular inspirations or, like, I don't know, stipulations for your design?
So I'm gonna go with no. So basically, any model that I have is gonna have glasses because I have glasses. Aside from that, it's mostly I didn't I didn't think a whole lot before I was like, I'm gonna start doing this again. So I was like, what if I just go on Booth and find some cool things that I like? Because I know I can do that. But basically, the stipulations for things that I have to do are piercings, which I have some of these, not all of them. I want to get a lot more piercings, but piercings and some kind of a tattoo are the base stipulations of things that have to be on the model. Otherwise, it's just like, these are things I think look cool, and I'm gonna just huck them around and see what happens. And it turns out I did good this time.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm really digging the purple and black aesthetic. You've got like a, how do I put this? Like a mall goth vampire kind of vibe going a little bit, but like with the raccoon ears a little bit too.
Yeah, that's so. It's so weird because I went through so many variations. Because like I started out as just a mom. I was just a mom. I just had like red hair. Mom clothes. That was it. And then moved on to
Mom
succubus.
clothes.
Did that for a hot minute.
I feel like most VTubers have
Then
a succubus phase.
yeah, I did succubus for a hot minute. Um, moved to duelist because I got kind of into Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I was like, actually, I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Valid.
Then Pokemon was a big thing, so I ended up doing a professor vibe. So I did that for a bit, and then the raccoon, and it's been some variant of like Yakuza raccoon for a hot minute.
So you've had like kind of the same experience I've had with profile pictures. You've just been like, I want to be this, and I want to be this, and I want to be this, and I want to be
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, part of it was like I felt weird because I didn't have a debut, and everybody's like, oh, you got to do a debut. So I was like, okay, I'll do a debut. And then I just never did because I was like, this is really cool and I just want to share it. And I don't have the patience to like farm for likes on my debut post to show you my model that's really cool that I want to show you. So I just do that. And then that lack of impulse means I'm just going to keep making them until I'm done.
Also very valid. I mean, hey, not doing a debut stream yet doesn't mean you can't be like, hey, I haven't done a debut stream yet. Let me do that now that I have a following.
I do think technically, I think technically I did one partway through the last time, like not with the succubus, but I think after that maybe. I just I don't have the patience to build my own hype. So yeah, I would just rather do the things.
That's definitely understandable. You did mention that you wear glasses and have piercings as well, so I kind of want to ask, if you don't mind me asking,
Mhm.
as far as your model goes, are there any major similarities between your like IRL self and your model?
I mean, that's mostly it. Goals, same.
Right.
Basically, it's just glasses and some of the piercing. So I've got a tongue piercing and two snake bites, and gauged ears.
I feel like snake bikes are getting more and more popular these days.
I like them; they're good. I did my own personally to start with, and then they ended up healing because I did them badly. So then I ended up paying somebody to do the tongue piercing and the. Oh, sorry. I also have 3 eyebrow piercings.
Nice.
I just forget they're there. They were the most painful for some reason. I think because they did them all at once. So they did like on one of them I have one, and then on one I have two. And instead of going like left, right, left, they went like left, left, right.
Oof.
So that ended up hurting quite a bit. The tongue didn't hurt at all, which was weird.
Hmm.
And then the snake bites were fine. Like it hurt when I did them, but I did them badly. So
Fair enough.
yeah, but that's it. I know I want to get more piercings, and I actually do want to get a tattoo. I have an idea that I want to get like a Yakuza style raccoon tattoo.
Nice.
But I think the game plan is probably going to be find somebody to commission for it to put it on my model first because it's going to be expensive because like the plan is like whole or half back into over the shoulders, over the tits, and then like sleeves, and then probably my neck. So it's going to be a huge tattoo. So it's going to be expensive. But I think if I can commission someone to get it, then I could do like a model version first, and that would be nice.
Well, that was actually my next question: is when and if you succeed in getting those, like, getting your tattoos and your piercings, are you going to update your model with them?
Oh,
So
well, so I will update the model will get the tattoo. The piercings I'm just going to take from the model. So it'll be like a nose bridge, the 2 dimples, and then I think that's it. I think everything else is the same. Like I think I'm only missing the dimples and the nose bridge.
fair
So
enough. Hey, I'm assuming that this is making you happy, so that's the goal, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
express
like,
yourself.
you just gotta do whatever. Like, nobody's gonna stop you. Just do fun shit.
Life's
Like,
too short. Express yourself, you know?
make your body wild.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
so
Be interesting, for Christ's sake.
right. So as far as dangle earrings go, I don't like dangle earrings, but
Okay,
oh
fair
yeah, sure,
enough.
I can zoom it in. But really quick for the dangle earrings, I don't love them. But what I used to do is I had a chain going from my ear to one of my snake bites. So it would go through effectively a dangle earring. I had to do like a paper clip or something to basically hold the back half of the chain in place, and then it would just go there. But it was really cool. But I don't have that anymore because I have to remake it. I think I can now for my ADH brain to catch back up. I've got model face. Okay, so I just zoom in, or can you do it?
You can go ahead and zoom in.
Okay. So it's gonna be alt. Yeah, kind of like that. And then there we go. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. No,
That's not the face.
that's not the face. How do I do this? Control.
It's all right. I have faith in you. It's either Control or Alt or Shift.
Wait. Okay, hold on. I can do it this way. Give me a second. No, that's not. Oh, there we go. All right, it's middle mouse button. Got it. There we go.
All right, cool. Oh, wow, yeah. No. My resolution is not picking up on all those fine details.
Yeah, so there's a bunch there. Tell me how close is nice too.
Looks very nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, so this is a 4. I'm just gonna keep 3. But otherwise, yeah, I've got the tongue piercing, the snake bites. The ears are not gonna match, I don't think. I might grab some of them because I do want a cuff. But I like the gauges better. And then yeah, the nose bridge. Thank you.
Fair enough. Yeah. Very pretty indeed.
Yeah. And then yeah, if we're gonna just like show stuff, okay, can I move? Oh, there we go.
Oh,
I got like
hey, show off. Yeah, why not?
Tattoos.
Oh, that's tattoos a hole. I didn't realize that was like. I thought that was just sleeve.
Yeah, no, that's whole tattoos. Goes down to the arm, to the hands. So
nice.
And then legs.
If you don't mind me asking, did you do your model entirely yourself, or did you commission some of it?
I just did Vroid.
So you just made it all yourself?
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Let's zoom back out a little bit. There we go.
There we go. Hello.
Yeah, this is just Vroid stuff. I'm not gonna be like I made all of this stuff. This is mostly entirely stuff I found on Booth, but like
you assembled it.
Yeah, I assembled it.
Fair enough. Well, it looks very nice. Very pretty.
I'm really happy with how it came out.
Yeah. So we are kind of burning through the last of our time a little bit. Twitch is hounding me about an ad break. So I think we'll go ahead and end on one of the more somber questions and give you a chance to kind of like talk about your life a little bit more if you so desire. But I am curious, over the course of your journey, do you think you've changed at all as a person as time has gone by? From who you were maybe 5 years ago?
Let's see. 2 years assemble. Okay.
If that's not too personal a question, you're free to say that's too personal.
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to come up with a reasonable answer. So I don't feel like I've changed that much. I've gotten more comfortable doing this, like the feralness. I'm more comfortable with like doing that. I mean, like I got less flirty because people were being weird at me.
Understandable.
But like in general, mostly I feel like I haven't really changed all that much. I guess I'm less worried about saying things that people might not like, because I would rather find a community that I feel safe with than a community that just kind of like does the objectification thing.
Very fair.
So I think that's the main thing. Is I've given myself more grace to just kind of be more real as a person, so I don't have to deal with people being weird at me most of the time.
Fair enough. I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, it's definitely nice to be able to be yourself instead of having to put on a mask for people.
Yeah.
And I hope that VTubing has allowed you to do that a bit more consistently. You know, I hope it's been freeing.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been nice catching back up with people who I haven't talked with in forever. It is wild to find out that multiple people that I don't feel like I've interacted with all that much knew about me bullying that dude off Twitter. That's really funny.
Hey, word gets around, apparently.
Word gets around, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about everything that I have prepared personally. You have been an absolutely fantastic guest. Before we sign off, is there anything in particular that you would like to bring up or talk about? Be it shilling or just something you want to get off your chest, maybe? It's
Be
totally
gay,
fine if not.
Be gay, do crime. Don't. What is the phrase? Hold on. I saw one that's really good, and I want to steal it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's good life advice. So I've got to find it really quick.
We do appreciate some good life advice here on this show.
There it is. Do not obey in advance.
Yes, that is a sentiment that has been more and more relevant as time has gone by.
Right. So that's the two. Be gay, do crime. Do not obey in advance. Smash your local fascist.
True. Yes, punch Nazis in the jaw, preferably right near the jugular.
You get it.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I hope this has been as much fun for you as it has been for me. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Would you like to, before we sign off, give us one last shout out about where we can find you and the kind of stuff we can expect from you?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I post a lot on Blue Sky. It's becoming a problem, but if you do want to hear my unhinged posting, you can find me on Blue Sky. It's ALiteralRaccoonVT or .raccoon.town. Yep. And then I stream on Twitch and YouTube, usually daily, but like not necessarily for a really long time. Like it's sometimes it's 2 hours because I got work. Who hit me? So loud.
Someone found you and threw something at you.
Someone threw something at my head.
Rip.
Unranged hints. But yeah, so I stream usually every day, but sometimes it's like 2 hours because I got work. But yeah, I just do a lot of Pokemon stuff. I'll probably do something else in a bit, but otherwise it's been good.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, once again, thank you so much for coming. This has been an absolutely fantastically wonderful hour and some change. I hope that you had fun, and I hope it was fun to come on and talk about things for a little while.
I did, thank you.
And for everyone watching, thank you so much for being here and for being, supporting the reboot of Parting the Veil. Hopefully I won't lose the footage this time. We can put all of these... Somebody's really throwing stuff at you.
What is happening?
But hopefully we'll be able to put all this on YouTube and get all the interview shows out there. So once again, be sure to follow ALiteralRaccoonVT on all of her socials. And I think that's going to be all from me. Thank you all so much for coming. Is there somebody to raid? Anybody live at the moment? Oh, Pacific Wishes is streaming. Perfect. We're going to go throw things her way. Excellent. We spread the love on this channel. Oh, I am so sorry, but currently the throws are disabled. You will be refunded for that. Don't worry. But next time.
I thought that mine were. I didn't even know how that happened. I'm so confused. I don't even have them set up.
Who knows? It's ghosts. It's phantoms. That's what I've determined. It's phantoms.
We found the ghosts.
We have. All right. Well, getting the raid set up then. So for now, thank you all so much for coming. Bell/ALiteralRaccoon, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, and thank you all so much for watching. Y'all have a fantastic evening. Oh.
I said bye.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Bye.